Hey everyone, this is day 9 of the October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge, and the word for the day is path. Now I'm going to be honest, I have tried to do this video 4 times this morning. All of them have failed because I didn't feel it, because it's not working for me, because something has happened to make it obnoxious. So to say that this word is going to be easy for me, I've decided it's probably not. So I'm going to start out with telling you that yesterday, during my vlog thing, I had talked about my grandmother and maybe knowing the Herman story. Now, if you did not zone in on yesterday's word, which was, what was yesterday's word? Oh, it was random thoughts. That's what it was. Okay. So go watch that if you're wondering about the Herman story, because I'm not going to re-explain it here. Anyways, I did talk to my grandmother. She said she didn't know how my mother knew that story or where it came from, that she hadn't really heard about it very much. She thought she'd heard my mom say it once or twice, but really didn't consider it. So I told her the story and whatnot, and I told her that I had looked it up and I didn't really know what it was, what Herman was. And she said she thought he was a frog. Now, I don't know much about frogs. I do not know if they eat bugs, burp, and then shrink. I don't know. But, hey, there's something, right? Okay, so there's that. And let's see, path. Let's go into path here. I see path, particularly my path, particularly pagan, as a thoroughfare. There's this road, right? Because a thoroughfare is this road, and it leads on both ends to different roads, to new roads. Okay, and it doesn't say, it's not how many roads or anything else. The idea is that it just leads there, and you have to decide which ones to take. Now, I am not really super good at this. I have been researching things for a while. I started out doing Wicca stuff. I found that it wasn't exactly my cup of tea. Not because I disliked Wiccan practice necessarily, but because it kind of fell out by the wayside for me, which means that I needed to just start somewhere else. So I started into just researching paganism in general and eclectic, because it seems like that's where it's leading me, is drawing all these different things in towards one thing. I should probably be doing some kind of path work, only I don't really know how, guys, okay? I'll be completely honest. I don't know how to find any of this stuff. And as I said before, most of the stuff that I come across are these people just spewing things at me. And I'm not meaning as in they're saying, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that. I mean as in they're just spewing whatever they want out into the world, and there are some good gems in it. And then there are some gems in it I'm like, really? Why? And there's no explanation or anything. It's just like, oh, this is just the way that I am. But they're supposed to be explaining something, only they don't explain it. So I have a hard time with that, and I'm not really sure where to go or who to turn to or how that works. I live in a city that does not have a bunch of pagan-related anything, okay? We do have a holistic kind of community here, but they're all off doing their own things. There's no real structure. There's no real anything. If there's witches, there isn't really a coven, okay? I know witches. I do. I involve myself with them regularly. They are a part of the holistic movement, and they go to the same stores that I do. I go to tarot lessons, I guess. It's not really lessons. It's so much that you get to go to this event that happens once a week, and you go and you do tarot with other people, and you get to read tarot for other people. It's all free, and it's a practice. You're practicing decks. You're learning which decks you like, which decks you don't like. You're teaching somebody else new things, and it's just a really good experience, and I love that. But in that experience, you have the people who practice the Norse and runes, and you have the witches, and you have just the pagans, and you have people who aren't really involved in any of it and just want to play with tarot. And I mean, there's a wide variety. But that means that there's not much for me to really explore. And so I've been trying to in books, and I've been trying to in YouTube and on websites, and oh my gosh, the amount is insane. So Instead, I'm kind of just winging it. I'm using my Book of Shadows as a form of path working, I guess, where I just write down the stuff that I research, the stuff that I'm drawn to, and kind of just go with it and see where it leads me. And I am going to start a different kind of path work, a tarot path work. Now, I'm kind of leery of doing this, mainly because it involves a sense of like, I can handle the aspect of going somewhere and talking to a character. I'm a writer. I talk to characters in my head all day long. And so I get the idea that you, for tarot path work, and this is how it's been explained to me, is that you meditate, and in that meditation, you're going into the card that you've picked, and you're going beyond the borders. You're going into the realm of the card, and you're interacting with that person on the card and their realm as if they were a real person, to see what they have to say and to gain insight based off that. Now, you can gain insight on yourself. You can gain insight on your deck. You can learn more about tarot in general and just connect with that card or with that deck particularly. Now, I haven't tried this. I'll be honest, I haven't tried this. I plan on trying it. I might even try it today because I have this really cool deck, which I will show you, because it's, for me, it's part of Path, okay? And it's called Journey into the Hidden Realm. Beautiful book, okay? And it says on the back, evoke the powerful wisdom of the Fae with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. And of course, you guys know that I am Fae orientated. I love the fairies and I love anything to do with them. Instead of relying on esoteric symbols, this powerful deck uses the raw elements, water, air, fire, and earth, to speak directly to your emotions. The beautifully drawn figures follow the Rider-Waite tradition, but express more energy and movement, drawing you in even as you draw their truths out. The companion guidebook reveals techniques and card meanings for beginners and more experienced readers alike. Now, I'm really excited about this. I've had this deck for a while, I really have. And I haven't done a lot with it because I didn't really know where to go. Inside, though, is this really cool thing. They have like this, inside they have this thing where you can, I don't know what you call it. They call it the beginning, I guess. And it's like a greeting, okay? And it asks you to imagine the woods, to imagine where you are in the deck. Like if you look at this, you see the woods, you see the raven, you see the guy, you know? And the cards are beautiful, okay? These cards are fantastic. They have such a beautiful charm to them. It's uncanny, and the idea of being able to go into this deck and interact with the characters is pretty cool to me. So here's the back of it, okay? And if you guys want to walk through this deck, I will totally do that. Now, interestingly enough, I picked this card, and I guess I resonate with the star recently, so that's the card I ended up picking. But look at the artwork and the beauty of this card, and it's like the realm of it just comes to life for you, you know? So anyways, that's part of the deck. That's how this deck works. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. But anyways, it's got this greeting where you're strolling through, you know, the woods in the late afternoon sun, and it's having you imagine all these different things and how you've met, you know, fiddle players and flute players, and moths are touching your cheek, and there's a girl there, and she's inviting you, telling you, not many of your kind find their way here. Welcome. If it pleases you, stay and explore. And it's this invitation to go into the card, to literally go in. And it's got a whole like thing right here that you can do. You can pick a card and you can divide it into parts, and you can do all of these different things with this deck to do more of a pathwork style structure. So I'm going to try it. I am. See kind of where it leads. I don't know that I'll do a YouTube video to tell you about it because I kind of feel like it might be a little more personal than what I want to get into right now. But this deck is gorgeous, okay? It really, really is. And I'm not sure where it's all going to lead me. I really like tarot, and I feel like tarot is an area where I'm supposed to be. But I also like other things that have to do with paganism. I can't like narrow down everything, which is unfortunate. I wish that there was somewhere where I could just see all the different branches of paganism, because there's so many: neo-paganism and non-neo-paganism and Nordic paganism, and oh my gosh, there's so much. Like my brain starts hurting thinking about it. If anybody watching this is a beginner like I am, seriously, start a journal. Start start a journal, write down what the things that you're interested in, because otherwise it's hard to keep track of. And I don't know how you people do it, how all of you other people who have been doing this for an extensive period of time, I don't know how you do it. And I have watched the videos. I've watched your guys' videos about Path, and I've been trying to like gain insight in it. And most of the videos that I run into, whether it's you guys or somebody else that I don't know, it's generally witchcraft related. And as I said, I don't consider myself witch. I'm spiritual. I do agree with the spiritual part of it. But because of that, I find it harder to learn. Because a lot of it that I come across is spell work for this or spell work for that. And don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody should be doing what works for them. And I totally get that. I guess I wish there was a way for me to learn spiritually a little better. And I haven't found it yet. So if you guys know of anything that might help me, please feel free to leave it in the comments and I will look it up. But otherwise, Path is really hard for me, guys. I'm sorry. It's just so hard for me. I don't really know where to go. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to tell you about it. Because I'm so new at it and I'm just kind of following where my heart leads me. And I guess that's what everybody's doing. And spiritually, I'm just going to keep researching. I'm just going to keep trying, and I'm just going to keep moving forward and working with things and seeing what happens. All right. So I hope you guys have a great, it's Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and enjoy the videos of today's October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge. And I'm going to go watch any more that's come after mine and just kind of do my own research on the tarot path work, like I said, and we'll go from there. Oh, and do you think Herman's a frog? Have a great day.